So everything says it's broadcasting. We'll see how this helps if I bring the mic into position, doesn't it? Alright, so let's go ahead and switch this over and save, and hopefully everything works. I guess we'll see shortly, huh? Let's get some stuff sorted here. Not so much worried about some of the details, but we do want to be able to see what people are saying. Otherwise, I can't reply to everybody. Okay, so how much plate do I have? I've got a bunch of plates. Let's move to... we got food. All right. So let's get out here. Start working on the elevator build here a little bit. Actually, yeah, we'll leave that. That's fine. Alright, and get down into the hallway here. Alright. So since we have that spacing figured out and all of that is working where we need it, what I'm going to do is let's go ahead and get this in. Now we'll figure out eventually where we need things to go. But for now, we're just going to have these be basically placeholders that keep everything together for us. But we'll see how this all works out. The little fiddly bits getting it all to line up actually isn't that bad. So worked surprisingly well. I think we ended up, so what I did is, let me get this in here really quick. Oh, you're going to be a problem. Okay, you come out. There we go. And you go back in. And then that's going to come out this way, and basically this locks in the rotor grid so that it's not going to move anywhere. So if we screw it up somewhere, you know, at least we'll have all of this back where it needs to be. And then we're going to run the line for this corner all the way up, and the line for this corner all the way up, and we're going to do the same on the back side over here. Actually, get the arm in. Like I said, that'll eventually go all the way up and meet into what we've got up there, and I've got some spacers up there that we'll be taking out, and we'll get it all going. Alright, so let's get a couple more blocks in here. Now, I put a link in the description of the live stream, or for the folks that are watching this in playback later, it'll be in the description of the video. Linking to the original source. Basically, there's a YouTuber named Black Armor that did a gear design, I want to say about 6 or 7 months back now. And so this is actually a variation on what they designed. Just basically adopting it to fit this usage. So I'm doing a few things different, but the gear drive for it, that's where it actually came from. So we'll get into that in a little bit. So for now, thinking we're going to go. So we've got two separate pieces here. We've got the platform, which this stuff is actually going to come out eventually. But we're going to end up with a piece under the platform that'll have a connector on it. We're basically going to build an under chassis here, which will have a couple of batteries on it. There will be a connector at the bottom so that it'll be a connector somewhere on it that'll tie into this other grid. I'm thinking I'll probably just put the connector right there. And then what we'll do is we'll have it set up with a button. Actually, we'll go ahead and probably get the button set up, because we're going to need that at some point. So I think I have, let's go ahead and get that out. Let's go vertical button panel. Oh, you're large grid only, aren't you? Yep, you're large grid only. Damn. Okay, let's see if we've got, let's go get you out of here. So you're large grid, you're large grid, you're large grid. Do we have that small grid? Alright, so we're gonna have to build a small panel, which, you know. Alright, so you're the center, so you're gonna go this way. So you're gonna have, get out of there. There we go. And what I'm thinking is, you know what? Let's do this. So we'll have you sit there. Is that the center? I think that's the center. It's roughly the center, right? Yeah. And so we will have panel, and then panel and panel. So basically we'll have an up, a down, and an emergency stop. And so what I want to do is get our need interior plates. All right, let's hop down, go grab some interior plates. Now we've added some mods to the server, or to the local, I should say. Let's go plates, interior plates. That's enough. One of them is the colorful icons mod, so it makes things a little bit easier to see when you're looking at it on the menu bars as well as in the inventory itself. You know, just makes things a little bit more interesting, right? All right. And I think, can I, let's see here. Can I get away with putting these on the buttons? No, it'd have to be on the top here, which is fine. All right, so we can just go like so, and like so. All right. All right, so then we're gonna have, say, you're down, you're up. And I could do something like with like a rotor, where basically have it just be reversing, and so that it would switch. This would switch in time with everything, and that way you'd know which way it was going. But I kind of like having it like this, and X. And we're gonna make you bird. Alright, you are going to be, let's go green, and you will be, let's go yellow. There you go. Alright, and we'll come back to that a little bit later. Hey, Hale, how you doing? Hale, I should say. Happy Monday. Well, I guess for you it's Tuesday at this point. Yeah, we got a really late start today, but it's okay. All right, so that's, for the most part, what we need there. And then this is going to have to come out. Basically, I'm going to be doing a lot of basically trimming in the hallway here, in this corridor, because I can't have stone be too close to it, or else I'm not going to be able to place a block in there. And so we're going to, should be okay. Alright, that should be okay. And I think that side is already trimmed out. So what we can do is we'll go ahead and, let's just go ahead and get the framework of this in place. And so what we'll end up with by the time we're done today, hopefully, is that we will have most of, if not all of the elevator in. So for the folks that are, you know, joining us for the first time, originally I was going to do this as a standalone video and then just move on to other things for the live stream, and then for the folks that were interested in seeing how it was built, you know, it would be an option there, but I decided to do it this way for a couple of reasons, actually. I want you guys, you're going to be, so we're going to have gears in here. I think we'll have to wait until we actually get the gear in to figure out how much space we need. But this is going to come out. And what I may do is, I don't know if I'm going to put armor blocks, like blast door blocks behind it, or regular half blocks. I may end up putting half blocks in. We're basically going to have this wall, there's going to be another one. 6. So it's basically going to be that deep. And then on the outer face, we're going to use the, what are these things called? I can't remember. These are beams. We're going to use the beam blocks. And I'm thinking here what we're going to end up with is maybe something like that. Do I want to go that way or that way? I think I'm going to go that way. So that'll come out one, and then we'll end up with these being like that, I think. And so we'll end up with a line of those going down, and then we'll have the gear for the drive portion be internal here. So this will actually be 3 blocks wide all the way down. And I'm not going to place the that railing on it until we actually have the gear built and everything in place. Mainly because I don't want to have a situation where it ends up getting caught on each other. I want to get all of the spacing done first. Going to be just like so, all the way down. Now this is going to do a couple of different things for us. One, it's going to help us keep the spacing on it so we don't have to worry about the grids moving around too much. And 2, it gives us a place for the gear teeth to be mounted. So they're going to have a bunch of repetition of this all the way down. We'll let Bob weld this up for us. Take that out. And like I said, I'm not quite sure how far down this is going to have to go to get the platform all the way down. But what I want to do is get the start work on the gear. And we'll do probably most of this on camera, at least on this side. So the back side isn't going to have any of this toothing on it. I might actually put it on there just to have it on there, but we'll see. We'll see. Let me know what you think. Yeah, like I said, this is going to come down quite a ways, and I'm not quite sure how far down it needs to go, so I'm just going to bring it all the way down to what we've got built out. There we go. And that gets us started. Alright. And then here, we're going to have, I want number 7, you're going to be like that, right? I think. And then we have one space there, and then that. Slope, space, slope there. And how many is that? That's 1, 2, 3. Oh, crap. Come on, let me out. Thank you. Oh, 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 oh. Quick, 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 quick. Oh. There we go. Alright. Let's go in, we'll get recharged, get healed. Alright, and back down into the pit we go. Okay. Into the pit. Alright. Alright, so let's see here. So what do we say? There's 1, 2, 3 and a block. So we're just going 1, 2, 3 in a block. Block. Oh, this one. That's 1, 2, 3. There we go. Make sure that we're not messing that up. Looks good. Okay. 4. Right, and so that's going to be the spacing for the gear teeth. All right. So that should be... Yeah, that looks like that should be good. Hey Percy, thanks for the compliment, and glad you can make it. Yeah, today's a little bit later than I normally do streams, so we're just being a holiday here in the U.S. It's had a bunch of other things that unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, that just other things I needed to get done and focus on this earlier today. So, but we got it going, right? Let's grab the last 2 of these. Ooh, grab that out of there, and I missed one up here. How did I miss you? All right. Okay. And so that's where our teeth are going to be for the gears, and I'm basically going to be recreating that all the way down. For us, in this particular case, it's going to be just this. Oop. When we're done with this, you'll see what I'm working on. If you haven't seen Black Armor's version of this, like I said, I am doing a little bit different. One of the things that he did for his is that he actually had it so that these gear teeth would be facing the platform, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to have basically a more of a water wheel kind of setup where it'll be the gear will be 90 degrees, so the gear will be positioned this way instead of facing this way. So the same concept. And the reason I'm using his as the example is because he's already gone through and done the math to figure out how big the gear needs to be in order to get there. So, yeah. And to be fair, I just really like their approach to it. I thought it was a nice... There's a nice system that they built. And I think they did a really good job with it, so... Hey Zach, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Happy Monday, or well, I guess Tuesday for most of you. City got snowed in, huh? See? Even Mother Nature wants you to come out and check out the stream. Well, stay safe. Hopefully you're able to stay warm. Depending on where you are in the world, it's easier than some other places, so... And hopefully it wasn't the snow wasn't a complete surprise, so you know you're all good to go and just get to hang out all day. Right. And those are already in place. Okay. All right. And then, like I said, what we're going to end up with is I'm going to take... Oh, missed a spot. Come here. There you go. I'm going to have these little railing pieces, the beams, come out. And those are going to basically act as our guide rail all the way down, so that the gear, if there's any vibration in the gear, it doesn't move. It'll stay within the channel. But I want to get the gear and everything built first. All right, and then on this side, you are already placed. So you're coming out. You're coming out. All right, and you should be good to go. All right. Get some more of these in here. And so what we did is, when I get back down there, I'll show you exactly how I did this. Because I know that that's one of the things everyone always asks is, how did you do it? So let me give you a little bit of a tour of how we did it. That's fine, because that's gonna be framed in at some point anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. Ah, just north of Canada. Nice. So some people call it a blizzard. Canada calls it a Monday, or, you know, Tuesday, whatever. Need to make sure that stays out of the way. Okay, and that should be just about the end of it. There we go. All right. So what we did is I figured out where, well, I knew where the base of this shaft is going to be. So what I did is then I took it down a couple of more blocks. I think I took it down 4 blocks or so, because the old floor used to be here. And so we went 1, 2, yeah, so we went down 2 additional blocks. Let's go ahead and... Is there actually something there? No. Oh, it's because of the control panel. I forgot about that. And I took it down another block so I could put in the rotor, and as you can see, I put a block down underneath that. So I basically dug out like a little sub pit there, put the rotor in, changed out the rotor head to a small grid rotor head, and then played with the spacing until I got it to the point where the blocks could just clear it. And I think it's 8 centimeters on that. Did this the other day, so let me check here. Yeah, 8 centimeters is the displacement that you'll need if you want to try and replicate something like that. Now, because of the fact that it's in the middle, we can actually get it up against all of the grids. If you keep it in a large grid 3x3 area, from the center you're talking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks to get you to the edge. And that'll give you enough friction that you'll actually be able to hold the thing in place. And so then what we did is we just went ahead and built a cross beam to do just that. And then the base of each of these areas, I went ahead and put in a little step up block. And because of the fact that you have enough clearance here to get blocks in, that tells you that every time you have an area that you can cut in over the block line, it'll clear it. So it keeps everything nicely spaced, and I just put some braces in to hold it all so that I don't have to worry about it drifting while I'm building it. All right. Now I am going to have to replicate this over there, and no, I'm not looking forward to that. I started with 700 plates. I'm down to 230, so that gives you an idea of just how many plates I've used so far. Go ahead and just go this way. Yeah, like I said, I was planning on doing this off camera, this particular portion of the build. But I figured this way you can actually see us doing it. And if it doesn't work, well, then you get to see it real time. You never know when it's going to blow up on us. Because remember, this is Space Engineers. Clang is always an option. Bernard, how you doing? Yes, I am still working on the asteroid base. I'm specifically working on the elevator shaft. Yes, I'm basically procrastinating so I don't have to get into the the Space Engineers combat system. Oh man. Come on. There you go. Alright, now like I said, this is all of this piece here will come out eventually. But what I need to do first is I need to get the gear on this side built so that I can take the other side out. And for the gear, that's going to mean that has to come out, that has to come out, and that has to come out, because there's going to be a rotor on this piece, which I think this should all work out spacing-wise the way that I want. I think. I could be very, very wrong about this, but I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. Let's be serious here, right? We'll be real. It wouldn't be the first time that I screwed something up. All right. Let's see if I can down here. Awesome. So you are on a different grid. Did that, and we're gonna lock the rotor. All right, and then we're gonna rename this because eventually it will get welded up. And then we're going to have that one be the positive, and then we'll have a second rotor that'll be negative. And basically all that is talking about which way the speed is for going up or down. All right, so what are you missing? You're missing steel plates. Really? Am I really out of steel plates? Given all of the crap that I have. Alright, anyway. So now for this we're going to do 1, 2... 1, 2... It's going to be 3 on that side, 3 on that side, and then it's going to come up 2... Let's see if I can remember how to build this now. Right. Alright, that's just one. So that's going to be the second one, and then that will go there.
Energy critical.
Okay, let's go get... So we get some power so we don't die. I really should just go ahead and build like a chair or something over here. Oh. And let me do this really quick. Go ahead and get this recharged. Well, Iron Guard, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. And you will be... There we go. Like I said, I'm fine with some links being put in. None of the porn spam stuff, please. Because not only will you get put into timeout, you will be removed from the channel. Alright. Down we go. Alright. So now for this, it's, I'm going to say that to that. And this is the part that I want to make sure people understand. Black Armor gets full credit for this design. He did a ridiculous amount of work coming up with this design. So if you haven't done so already, after the stream, be sure to check him out. There is a link in the description. And you'll see why I'm making sure he gets credit for this, because this gear is insane. It's like, it's just really, really well designed. And so I want to make sure that they get their dues on that. All right, and then from here, you go like this. There you go. Grab this. Am I building a lift? Yes, yes I am. I am building a gear lift. Alright. And so, having done this, I'm going to have to rebuild it, right? We already know this. Because, I guess I could keep it there. But I need to get this rail further over. And so, what we're probably going to end up with... you are not the angle that I wanted. You. Come here. So we're basically trying to get our spacing done so we know exactly where we need everything to be. I think I want the gear to be mostly centered. I may shift it over though. I mean, it's easier to move to basically build this out this way than it is to rebuild the gear, I think. How many blocks are we away from that? One, actually, that's one. Should be 3, I think. So for 3 blocks. Yeah, I think it's going to be easier to bring this rail out. I mean, that is a lot of stuff. And we're going to have this thing braced. So. So now the question. Do I want to move the gear over? Actually. Let's go like this. Actually, can I? You know what I can do? I can do that. And do that. There we go. That way you can see it a little bit better. There. So I'm thinking. No. There. I'm thinking we may want to move the gear over. Because if I move the gear over, the collision on the gear will basically support this side of the platform and the platform structure. And what I'm going to do is we're going to have, I can put wheels on this side of the platform structure where they're outside of the view of the window to keep it basically in place where we need it. So maybe put like, I don't know. So we say bring this down like this a bit, and then maybe put a couple of wheels here to space it on this side, and then we would have a couple of wheels over on this side as well. So maybe something that comes down to about there or so. And then the same on this side. So if we do this, and I think I'm gonna go, let's go off wheel, small grid, and we'll do the 3-bys. I guess I have to bring it back a bit. How far back do I need that to go? So if I do that, can't place the wheel because it's too close to the wall. Alright, so actually it might just be that. Like I said, it's really just, there it is, yeah. So it's really just to keep it from dripping too much or dripping too much. We want it to basically hold its position. And so bring that down one. Did I? No, you're in line there. You're in line there. Okay, it's just the camera angle's odd. And so that'll go down the window. But what I'm thinking is I'll actually move that in one. So if we do, if I place it here, okay, it will place. Awesome. You always have to check to make sure, and then that one's too close. So I have to move that, I have to move both of them back one, I guess. Alright, so let's get you out. And we'll take those out. Because we know where we need it. And so you guys are going to be there. And like I said, this is really just kind of a spacer. It's not meant to be anything overly complex. And so if we go like so, let's flip you around. And check our power just to make sure we're not about to kill ourselves again. Flip you around. There we go. Alright, so those should work there. And then on this side, that's one. Actually, are you going to, let's see. I'm going to see which way this is. Okay, so that's the middle line there. So let's take this out. And here we're going to do the same thing. Actually, do I do one buys on this? I might just go one buys on this. Because that's going to be recessed, so how about we do this? What we'll do here is let's have a little fun with it. One, two, bring that out on 3. And we'll bring it out 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. Flip you around. That has you there. And that should keep our spacing basically where we need it. In theory, at least. I guess we'll find out. Attach the rail to the open piston so you can bring it back in closer into gear, merge it back together once it's close enough. Maybe. What I'm planning on doing is I'm trying to avoid putting pistons on this thing entirely. So I'm just using different spacing techniques and tricks, specifically with the rotors that we've got in place. Because with the spacing that I built in here, it actually worked out so that we've got exactly the spacing that we need within the area that we're building in. So, hey Zorn, good morning. Happy, I'm guessing Tuesday for you at this point. Paul, welcome to the stream. What's up? The platform currently, we'll find out if it stays up once we get everything else in place. All right. But yeah, I definitely could see having a piston on this system where if you wanted to engage it, like if you wanted to have an emergency shut system in, you could have a piston on it that retracted it or pushed the gear into position where you needed it so that it could engage. Basically, it would act as a like a transmission system. That would be kind of cool, actually. But like I said, I'm going to try and avoid the pistons on this one.
Energy low.
Whether or not this works, we'll find out. And I need to go get some power. Alright. So I'm working on two different things at the same time here. So let's see if we can... I think the big question at this point is, do I want to have that gear centered on the center of the elevator shaft? Or do I want to offset the gear? And I'm thinking I might actually offset the gear. The more I think about it, the more I'm kind of sold on this idea. And it's not that difficult to rebuild. It is probably going to be faster than rebuilding the entire elevator shaft, so let's do that. Alright, so what we're going to do is let's paint that grid pink. We'll let Bob start taking that apart, and while Bob's working on that, I think what we'll do is we'll start working on the other elevator shaft, or the other portion of the elevator shaft, because this is going to have to come out 3 blocks like we were talking about before. And so this way we can at least start getting some of this stuff done. And you know, let Bob do his thing while we're doing ours. So what we are doing, for the folks who are just joining us, we have a merged small grid on a large grid build. I've got a rotor down at the bottom of this mine shaft that has a small grid head on it, rotor head, and we're building up from that. So we're basically backfilling a lot of stuff in the system in order to get it what we need to do. So yeah, hopefully it's entertaining. Like I said, if people have questions, feel free to let me know. I've got 4 steel plates left. Well, crap. How much iron do we have? I should have a ridiculous amount of it. I've got 400k iron. Okay, yeah, I think we've got enough that we can we can probably punch out I don't know, like 10k or so plates and not have an issue with it, right? Oh, alright. And then looking at it from this side, that should ride that nicely. That's going to ride on that side. And I may actually move some of this stuff up so that it's not quite so visible when you're looking at it, like when this thing's in its resting position. But this does give me an idea of how much room I have to build things into the under chassis. Because I'm thinking one of the things that I want to do is, let's get rid of you for now. We're going to put in actual batteries because we can. I need steel plates. Of course I do. Yeah. Why did that not look like it was finished? Right. Let's grab some plates, hopefully. What's sad is that by the time everything is said and done, I'm not sure how much we'll even use the elevator. I mean, really. Let's see here. You are an odd amount, so we can get away with... I'm going to have to punch another access hole in here somewhere so that I can get in and out. Trying to keep it balanced weight-wise. Alright, that should let me in and out. There we go. Hey, okay. And I'll probably end up putting a small battery on it as just a jump start battery. So, alright. So if we've got all of that, means we're going to need to build the chassis down. Sure, we'll go ahead and change over to the paint job. You're going off of there. We need this to move in 3 blocks. we go, say, there? No, that's going to be too high. So, 2, 3, 4. And then there, maybe? Yes. So that gets us up a little bit. Basically makes us a little bit more compact than what it was. I mean, we could even have it just basically have all of this, like basically have all of our mechanicals up under the platform itself, and then just have this drop down into the gear system. What do I plan on transporting an elevator in 0G? Hey, I'm not in 0G. I have artificial gravity on the asteroid. And it's just, honestly, it's just something I wanted to build for a while. I enjoy doing weird stuff, and this is definitely one of the weirder things that you can build in Space Engineers right now. Alright. Let's drop down. It's just fun. Alright, so you are the elevator rotor. I'll call you 1. Like I said, we want to make sure we have rotor lock and inertial transfer. I'm not sure how that's going to work in either direction, but we'll figure it out. So then, I guess this one can come out. So the question is going to be, am I going to be able to build this? 2, 3. 3. And not have it. Nope. Alright, so what that means is we're going to have you come out for now. Which is fine. 1, 2. And I want to do a half block on here. I think I might want to just do a half on there. Because if we do half, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So that should be 2.5. I mean, I could do 3 in there. That actually wouldn't be a huge issue. Let's try it like this first. Yeah, so you're actually going to come out another one. Alright. Which means you then go like so. And then we would have you. Come on. To there. Alright. And I need one more up. You're going there. Which means all of you are coming out. you guys get to start doing this. So we'll try it with the half block in there and see if that works. I think I need to do a full block and maybe add like even a half block to the top of that. But we'll see. So I mean, we could even do that, but anyway. Let's try it, see what happens. The worst that happens is, you know, it all blows up in our face, right? I mean, really, that's about the worst that can happen in Space Engineers. All right. And one more here. There we go. All right, and so then we just basically get all of these in place. You're in place. And we do that. Heavy blocks for tires to ride on? No, actually, I'm thinking I'm going to leave them like they are. Because realistically, they shouldn't really have any collision on them. There really shouldn't be a huge issue with it. But just in case, they're really there just as a in case type of scenario. All right. We'll see how this all works out. I think, yeah, I do think I'm gonna have to go for with the full block on this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the full block on there. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. It's okay. Right. I'm not gonna worry about changing out the those little half ramps right this second. But that should get us where we need to be for right now. Yeah, it's gonna look a little wonky until I get those swapped out, but it's fine. Alright, so you guys go away and no. Thank you. Alright. No. You get to be. There we go. Okay. That's better.
Energy critical.
And I need to go get some power. Now, in theory, just having one of those gears in should actually be enough to get the elevator up and down the shaft there, but not sure if we're going to have the power for it. So we'll find out. So let's go ahead. Before we go too much further, let's go ahead and get some food. Since eating and drinking auto opens the helmet, you always need to make sure you close your helmet. And down we go. Get you in there. Not sure why you got deleted, but hey, you know, whatever. It's all good. So, I swear Bob is just like randomly taking out blocks. Any other blocks that Bob decided needed to not be in existence anymore? Yes, there's another one. I don't understand why he sometimes just decides, I'm going to start taking stuff apart. Alright, so let's go How do we want to do this? So I'm guessing we're going to have to put artificial mass block on both sides of the platform. Cut it free. What are you missing? You are missing power cells, and you are missing power cells. Alright. Do we have another assembler? We do. Okay. And I need, I don't know, no, just go ahead and give us 100 of those. And that way we can get some batteries on that grid, because I don't want Bob to start grinding it down just because of the fact that there's no power on it. So wheels are in place. And the wheels I need to set before we cut that all loose. So I want no propulsion, no steering. I want 0 power to propulsion. I want strength. We're going to go to 25. That's basically how strong is our suspension. Height offset doesn't matter. Friction, we'll leave it at 50%. Alright, and then for this is going to be call them guide wheels, I think should work. Did I not save that? No, I didn't. Okay. There we go. Alright, so batteries are in place. Basic guides are in place. And the rotor lock is turned on. Alright, so let's go like this. We're gonna throw one there and one there. Okay, so if everything is set up properly, big if here, if everything is set up properly, this should drop down, catch on this block, and we'll see. All right. Okay, so you know what? We're gonna do a save. Just in case everything goes absolutely horribly wrong. And are we ready? Should I do it? Should I do it, or should I put the other? Yeah, you know what? Hell with it. Let's just do it. And you, I thought you had a button panel on you. Alright, I guess not. Let's grab that. Do that. Alright. So let's see here. Is everything? Let's make sure this is info. Small grid, center of mass. Let's see here. All right. Okay, so let's turn the rotor on and see what happens. So we're gonna take that, and we want rotor lock on off. All right, rotor lock is turned off. And let's see what happens when go in here. Let's grab this. And that's going to go clockwise. So I want it to be negative 0.5. Oh, other way. Reverse. Come on. I might need to put the I was right the first time. Okay. Come on, a little bit further. It's slowly getting there. Actually, it looks like it might be drifting out. Yeah, it's drifting out a little bit. All right, so I am going to have to put a second rail behind this thing then. Which is fine, it's okay. Come on. So, yes. All right. So yes, it does work in theory. Let's see here. This is much easier to do in a gravity well than it is here. Let's go. How much torque? Let's go. So yeah, I should have put a cross brace down here. Basically to add just enough mass so it's now wedged in on that side. Come on. Alright. So yeah, we should put the other wheel in first. That's okay. We can make this work. Alright, so let's get up here. And how far out? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 little things more. Come on. See, this is what Space Engineers is all about. It's breaking stuff and figuring out how to make it work, right? We're gonna do rotor lock. Elevator should be set to rotor lock. Yes. Okay. Come on. Let me out. Thank you. One more tire. This will work. Yes. Yes, it will. Two. And we basically did 2 on every side.
Energy low.
Take one there. One there. One there. Alright. See, this is why I wanted to do this in real time, so this way everybody gets to see when I screw up. Makes it entertaining, right? So, you go that way, you go that way. There we go. Like that. Like that. You say that way. No, let's just do this all in one circle. It's fine. It's all fine. We're all fine here. How are you? There you go. Do that. To that. To that. I think that's everybody, right? No, this one. You are to there. I need to flip you around. No, I need to flip you around. Thank you.
Energy critical.
And you are then going to go that way. So that way. Oh, come on. Thank you. At like just that right angle to mess with everything. Okay, so that gets us in that area. And what I'm gonna do is this is just gonna be a temporary thing until I can figure out until I get my placement in, and then all of this is coming out. So. Can I get you in there? No, but I can take that out. And put that in there. All right. And now we can have you do, that needs to be positive.
No energy.
Oh, crap. Ah, trapped in a doorway. Thank you. All right, let's go grab some O2, grab some power. If I just put one in the middle, you could. The problem that you run into though is that the tracks for it have to be close enough for the gear to bite into. and far enough apart that the platform can come through. So it has to have a clearance on it. So basically what you do is, in these types of builds, you're going to build slightly smaller and off to one side so that the platform fits within the rotational space of the center line of the cog, or the gear in this case. All right. So now we need you. Let's see here. So we're going to that. This, and we want you to go 0.5. Unlock. Nope. Let's go the other way. And we just need it to catch. That gets us leveled out. Oh. That gets us leveled out. No, it doesn't actually get us leveled out at all, does it? Oh, it's because it's... Oh, that's right. That's where it needs to be. I think we may have just wedged it in entirely too well. I swear, man, small blocks. Right. Alright. So let's go ahead and get you back in. This way I don't forget about it, because if I don't do it now, I will forget about it later. So you should be pulling. You're both pulling down. I need to counter level that. Alright, so can I get enough mass on here? Oops. Really? Interesting. Why are you... Okay, so... Are you actually attached to each other, or no? I can't tell. I guess so. And basically what I'm trying to do is counter lever the mass here. And see, look, Bob's taking stuff out. Why are you taking stuff out, Bob? Damn it. Stop stealing my blocks. Ugh. Damn it, Bob. How much of the track did he destroy? Look at that. There would be part of the problem that I'm running into. Damn it, Bob. Swear. It's on a rotor. It's connected. It is part of the grid. You should not be taking that apart. Gotta love it. Alright. So I think what I need to do at this point is go rip Bob apart. Swear. He loves to just destroy stuff for no reason. It's like, I mean, I can understand if it was even painted the right color for it, but no. Bob. You're killing me, buddy. Alright. And yes, I think basically what I'm going to have to do is break all of this back down again and rebuild it from the ground up. Yay. Hey Leafy, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a fabulous Tuesday. Well, or Monday if you're depending on the time zone. We're still Monday in my time, so. But yeah. Alright, come here. Let's see if we can make that's not gonna do anything because this is free floating now. Damn it, Bob. Always making things more difficult. It's all because all the way down here he cut that one loose. And people are like, oh, well, you can tell what Bob's working on. Yeah, except for the fact that Bob just chooses to change priorities on stuff. So yeah, I'm going to take all this out. What I may need to do is just have Bob use just grind color. Because I've got him set up to use grind color, but he's decided he wants to really just grind white armor blocks for some reason. Alright. Got a few more of these out of here. Let's clean this mess up. No, like I said, it's one of those days. It's just space engineers. Alright. I'm not even going to worry about changing that color out. We're just going to go ahead and run with this thing. I could. The problem is that with the merge blocks, I'd have to put batteries on them. Since the two grids are separate, and then I would have to actually position the grids in order to get them into position. Which is fine, but it's honestly just faster to do this. Let's see here. You are... Given the amount that I build within Space Engineers, yeah, it's just faster. You are now going to not let me place, which is fine because then we'll just go. If that's center of the sprocket, we said slope, space, slopes, gear. Okay, so we'll have that there. And what I'll do is, because we know that it's in the right rate for there, basically we're just trying to get this thing sorted out now. Alright.
Energy low.
Where are we going from here? So that's 1, 2, 3 where it is, so it should be there, maybe? I want to see, where do we need this to go? No, it needs to go over one more. Yeah, it needs to go over one more. Okay. It's fine. Hey Brian, welcome to the stream. Thank you. We're playing around with a design that somebody else built, and I'm trying to modify it to make it work for me. But, so we'll see how this actually plays out. Right, so if you spin, that's going to bring you up. that way. We'll lift it up. And I think that gets us back where we need to be. Alright. Let's give this a try. Oh, space engineers. Crazy engineering stuff, right? So let's go here. We're going to do this. We're going to jam it all in. Okay. You are. Yeah, I think we've just gotten it to the point where it's just completely wedged in here.
Energy critical.
Right, so if we do that, let's on the other side we'll depower the, or we'll turn off the toggle that block off. We'll go that way with it. Let's power that block off for right now, just to. Alright. We'll sit here for a second and try and contemplate the mysteries of our navel. Alright, so if we're doing that. Alright, I hate to do this, but you knew it was coming. And I need to go get some power. Sprocket-driven elevator. You are correct. Doing a little bit of gear work today. Trying to do some stuff. See if we can get this to work out. When in doubt, throw a piston on it. Oh, speaking of, here. Majority. I should have large tube somewhere. Oh, I guess not. All right, I stand corrected. Just crank a couple of those out. One of the illustrate blocks is off center. Maybe. All right. Let's go find out. They all start bleeding together after a while, so let's see here. You are all on center. You're on center. This one might look off center because I don't have that second bit in there. There you go. That should be. We are just going to say reverse. And turn it off. Look at that. Yeah. Power wheels, right? All right. Okay, so. Let's see here. Yeah, see, it's just all tweaked out now. Okay, so if we go for the second rotor, let's get that out so it's one less thing on our screen. Rotor. Give me hers. Okay, so it spins clockwise, but not counterclockwise. Or antediluvian, if you prefer. Let's see how. There we go. Okay, so that's going to spin that way now. So let's go ahead and get rotor lock in place. Wow, that was almost perfect, actually. All right, you need to not be there. Okay. That means you need to be in there. That comes out. Let's get this stuff out of the way. Because otherwise it's going to cause us problems later. Alright. And so what we're going to do is have that go that way, have you go here. So I think it's just the question of the torque being applied to it. Alright, so if we go that way, so reverse. Alright, let's check and see which way everything is set to spin here. So that is clockwise versus anti-clockwise. So that'll be, if it's going clockwise, it's going to go up. Anti-clockwise, it's going to go down. Okay. And you are currently set to there. Turn the lock on, turn the rotor on. Okay, so that's the way we want that one to go. Let's check this one. You are there. Okay, we need you to go the other way. Yes, okay. So you're mostly in the same track here. Alright. So, with both of those now mostly engaged properly, let's try, make sure both of those are on, and we're going to detach the rotor locks. Alright, so where are we binding up? There it is, okay. Let me get into the rotors, please. Ah, okay. Let's get the rotor locks turned on. Right. Okay, so that looks like we got most of it sorted. Now we just have to build the rear guide channel here, which is this thing. And this basically keeps pressure on the wheel, on the gear, to keep it from popping out of the channel. Alright. And so now you're going to go all the way down. Come on. Let's see if this works. Because the other bit we need to do is we still need to build the channel guide that keeps it up against the wall. Alright, come here, you. Alright. The massive CRM module. Yeah, I know, right? Right. Alright, so I think that gets us just about where we need to be. Okay. Oh, come on. There we go. And like I said, this is basically, it needs to come out because it's going to cause us problems if it doesn't. And we're going to have the same on that side, so we're going to have to deal with all of that too. Alright. Let's start at the top and work our way down here. It's just easier. Right. Yeah, we can take a look, Bernard. It might be off. I think it's just because I've been cutting pieces of them off in order to make them fit. Like here, this one should actually be like that. And then like so. And I'm not going to be able to do it until it gets out of there again, so. But it should be a bit of there should be another little bit of block right there. But like I said, they might be off. These are a little wonky because I'm using different pieces on them. So it kind of plays against the eye a little bit.
Energy low.
Right, so you are now lower than this side is. Okay, so if we go, you know what, let's grab. Grab that. Come on, let me. How is it I am pushing forward and I'm going backwards? Space engineers, yeah. Oh, all right. Let's go here. We're gonna put a control panel in over here while we're working. And this is just so we have access to it. So we want this one. We are going to reverse it. Turn off the lock. See if we can get this to go up a little bit. Or did I just get it stuck in between the channels? May have got just stuck in between the channel there. Alright, so then we will do that. And see if that gets us where we need to be. At this point, I'm just trying to get it leveled out. See, it's wedged there, but it's not. It doesn't have anything on the backside to push against. Alright. Okay. Yeah, I think what we're going to need to do then is just...
Energy critical.
Might need to put another piston in. Maybe put a piston in up here and have it wedged out. Okay. I think I'm going to have to do some brain work on this, which means I am totally screwed. Oh, so I need a piston to push it that way, and a piston to push it that way. Alright. Yeah. And then once we have everything mostly squared up again. Yeah. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to need to do. Okay. Alright. So I think what I'm going to do is I will do the rest of this off camera. I mean, we got it. At least it's gone down a little bit, right? Because it's basically going to be a lot of just micromanagement with the pistons, pushing them a little bit at a time in order to get it all squared up. And I think that that is going to take a little bit longer than I want to be on camera for today. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I know I had a lot of fun hanging out, even when things go wrong. I mean, that's what makes space engineers space engineers. You know, if something doesn't blow up, you're not playing the game right. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Enjoy your week, and we will see you back here on Wednesday. I had to stop and check the date for more space engineers, and probably at an earlier time. Add some atmospheric thrusters. Shush! No sharing my secrets. All right. Have fun, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you next.